Hey, what's up DIYers, Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We have a top load washing machine and unfortunately we have a leak at the very bottom front. And in today's video, we're going to show you the step-by-step process on how to replace your drain pump. Let's get started. All right, DIYers, as you can see, there is a difference. We've got a lot of wet carpet and dry carpet. We've got these shot back out and we're going to figure this out. Safety first always, go ahead and disconnect the power cord to your system. Cut all electrical power to your washing machine. So what I want to do is remove this entire shell. You've got a Phillips screw on each side. Go ahead and remove those. After removing those screws, you also have a 1/4 inch screw on each side. Go ahead and remove those. Do your best not to drop them. After you get those screws out, you can carefully shift the control panel up and off. From here, what we're going to do is remove that ground screw to the lid switch and pop these little brackets out of the indents there. In our case, it is an 8mm, and do your best not to harm any wiring or any additional parts when you remove that ground screw. Pretty small. Set that aside, and you've got the electrical connection to your lid switch. Go ahead and carefully shift that off. Do your best not to break it. It is plastic. What most people do, grab a flathead screwdriver. You've got a little indent down in there, and once you get it in place as shown here, you can push away from you and it should release that bracket. Just like that. And do that for both sides. At this point, I have carefully positioned the control panel in a way where it's not going to fall and damage itself or any of the wiring as I pull this shell away. You don't actually have to remove the ground screw to your lid switch, just that connection point. From here, you can just carefully shift the shell up and away, as shown here, of your washing machine. And I will continue pulling this away and set it in a safe location. All right, DIYers, as you can see, we have a lot better access to everything inside the washing machine. What I did next was grab an industrial size trash bag to catch any and all water that leaks out when we remove this from the pump. It will leak some water. There it goes. See that? I want to catch all that water inside this bag, and then I'll remove it. That's a lot of water. Making progress, what I did was remove the bag of water and I cleaned the tile on the floor, and I'm going to insert a brand new bag because the first bag was getting pretty full. And what you can do is push the bowl to the upper right corner so your pump is no longer the low point. New bag is in place. I'm going to carefully pull this forward and it should continue to leak. And while that does that, I will grab a pair of pliers and remove this second clamp. From here, I want to pull these clips up and off, as you see there. And you should be able to just pull this entire pump off the actual shaft of your motor. Let that drain. At this point, what I want to show you is the internal wheel there, as you can see. And it works with the drive motor, and as the shaft spins, the inner wheel guides the water through this entire pump, and the water flows down from the actual bowl and feeds through and is spun at a very fast rate through this bottom portion here into your drain hose and out of your entire system. Here's our brand new pump and the part number starting with the W as shown here. Make sure it is the exact same as your old pump, and align the shaft on your motor with the insert here. As you can see, it has somewhat of an oval shape to it. You can actually rotate the shaft sticking out of the motor and insert and secure it. And press it in until all of those plastic tabs are properly set. You may need to use a little bit of force, again, properly seat those points or tips of your pump to the motor. Next, grab your clips. They will go in at angle here, and they should shift as shown, and push the pump in place, and watch your fingers. I may need both hands. Top one is secured, and next is the bottom one. Just like that. From here, we are going to carefully re-secure our hoses and clamp them in place. Make sure the hose is flush with the plastic tabs here. Next, grab whatever tool you're using to compress your clamps and properly seat them to secure your hose to the pump. What I'll do now is remove this plastic bag full of water. Be very careful, you don't want to spring a leak. Next, what you want to do, compress this clamp and install it and secure it to your pump as shown here, and properly seat your clamp. From here, just verify you're not leaving any parts or tools behind. We'll go grab the shell and install it. Next couple minutes, just be patient to align the shell back in place, and it should be flush with this little plastic seal here. And grab your clamps. The way these go in is on that back notch in the aluminum, and pull it forward until you can push down and secure it. Just like that. Do that for both sides. Next, resecure the electrical connection tab for your lid switch until it clicks and is locked in place. From here, position your control panel back in place. With the control panel back in place, on the backhand side, just make sure you insert and secure the lower Phillips screws on each side as well as the screws up top. And we got one more to insert and secure here. All right, DIYers, that completes the project. It is now time to run a test cycle. Hopefully this helps. Hey, do us a favor, below the video, you'll see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We would really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching.